welcome back to the vlogs, everybody. I hope you all liked the drifting video we did last. So we're in it's been a couple of weeks and we just sat off the car and we sat and thought about what we need to do, and we've ended up selling the S14 purely because I need a tow vehicle and that's what I'm gonna do. So I've ended up selling the S14, so at the moment it's just going to be Lexus and maybe a bit of 350Z content. Maybe when we go pick up our new tow vehicle I'll show you and all that lot, but at the moment just Lexus, my Lexus, Camis Lexus, that's going to get sorted. We're going to do loads of stuff on that as well. It's coming up to, well, in a couple of weeks we're going on holiday, then it'll be winter and stuff like that, so we'll have a couple more drift days before then. So yeah, the issue with the is200 that we had on the last drift day, my turboed one, this one is sat here. It was spluttering at like 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. It was spluttering, so we need to figure why that was spluttering, and I think that was spark plugs. I'm quite certain, because I pulled the sparks out the other day and I changed the plugs and there was a bit loose and there was a bit of oil around them, or liquid, whatever, petrol, could be dirt, whatever it were coming out. I think it might have been blowing by, possibly if they weren't tight enough. So I replaced them, tightened them up, and then I put a new double din in to try and get this a digidash working. I think we've done a video, the video's being recorded of doing that now, but I can't get this the digidash to work, but we're just going to leave that for a moment while we sort this out. So my tuner said, so after the spluttering, it was running fine in the morning, driving there and stuff, and well, we was drifting. I mean, on the video, if you've seen it, I did backfire a couple of times, and obviously it shouldn't be doing that. And when I was progressing through the day, I noticed that my limiter was like soft limiter in at like 5.5K. So I spoke to the mapper and he says the cam sensor. So we did have issues with that before, where the connection was not that good on this ECU, it was damaged, so we fixed that. But I don't know if we've damaged the sensor, because that's been damaged before the plug. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this sensor. It's going to be a nightmare for it to do because it's all the way back, but it looks like it's only one bolt, so I'm hoping we can get it from top if we take throttle body off and stuff like that, which is not an issue, we can get done. Once that is done, we'll end up plugging it in and having another look and seeing what it's like. So we've done, so oh yeah, one of the coil packs as well, let me see. So I checked all the coil packs. One, it had, I don't know if you'd be able to see it, it had some slight cracks, and I mean very, very small. It wasn't causing a misfire or anything, but I just ordered a couple of extra ones, so I've got some spare ones now. This one's the older one, but it might even still work, so I'm going to keep it. But yeah, I've got 3 spare ones now, so I replaced that was cylinder 1. So I replaced that cylinder 1, that coil pack, replaced those spark plugs. We've got to do this cam sensor, and we've got a small oil leak down here on this AN fitting, so I'll fix that when we've actually got the car running proper. We might have to change a bit on the map, we don't know yet, but yeah, so let's get this cracking, let's get this cam sensor in and go from there. Right, so we've got the, what is it?
I don't know. Oh, cam angle sensor.
Cam sensor. This is the old one. The new one's finally in. That were about 8 foot new. It's down there somewhere. Probably won't even be able to see it. So we're going to build it back up and put power to the car and see how it runs. Might have to take it for a spin because it revs to limiter when you just sat here, but when we were in gear it wasn't doing. It like had an hard cut for some reason, so we'll figure that out in a minute. Well, we'll see in a minute anyway. We'll just put cars out and take it out for a spin. So yeah, let's build it back together. All we've got to do is put boost pipe thingy on, intercooler piping on, and battery back in. It should be alright for it go. Right, so we went through a little bit of a, it's the following day, but we went through a little bit of a rabbit hole last night and with tuning it and stuff. So we got the car running after we changed the angle sensor, the cam sensor. We got the car running and we got it idling. We turned the idle up a bit and we got into the map and we got it running and driving. We went doing a couple of pulls in second gear. We got the AFRs it idling at 14.7, which is bang on with what we want, and it was under load. It was going to about 11.5 to 12. Ideally it wants to be about 12 to 12.5, I think. This is just from what I've been reading up on. But every time it hit limiter, it just started banging and spitting flames. So I went on the phone to Mapper. We couldn't really figure out why they were doing it. Obviously we weren't on the phone, we were just messaging, we were showing us things, and then we were changing things and stuff like that, and it just kept getting a bit like the AFRs just kept going down and down and down. Like under load we were shooting like 9s, which obviously is not ideal for what we want. Obviously it's not ideal for anyone, I think, just leaning out like mad. I think it's leaning out anyway, I'm sure 9s is leaning out. So what we wanted, so we called it, and then today we've just been, well today I've just been doing a bit of research, and I think I figured out why it's done it. or it is doing it. The backfiring, which I don't want. I don't want to do that. I'm not an ASBO. I'm not. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't look good, and it's probably not good for the engine either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the fueling back to how it was yesterday. I'm going to put because we were messing about with injectors as well. I'm going to put the injectors back to where they was, and then I'm going to change the limiter from spark cut to fuel cut and see how that works, because the way I think about it with spark cut, when it hits limiter, it's cutting the spark and fuel's just shooting in, and then when I come off limiter, it's just burning all that excess fuel and spitting a flame and banging and popping, which isn't good for the engine anyway. It can cause valve slap and whatever it is, stuff like that. So we're gonna go into, I'll show you the fuel table anyway. The fuel table, it needs altering at the moment. This is from last night. It's just we've just ended up changing some stuff. Obviously all them reds there, so we were changing all this part here. So we're gonna clean this up today. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean this up. Once we've got that clean, we are gonna go to, I think it is, yeah, there you go. So we're going to sort this out as well. Fuel cut on RPM, no. We're going to swap that over and cut spark on RPM, no. That's at 69. That's going to get upped once we've sorted the fueling out and stuff. So we're just gonna sort this out in a minute and have a look at it. We're just gonna try it ourselves. Where's injection? Yeah, we're gonna sort the flow out and stuff, because we changed it yesterday just to see just to check injectors. So yeah, we're gonna get to that now and put some clips in of what we're doing. Right, I don't know where we left off. It's been quite a few days now. We've figured out why the engine was running. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but when you revved it just in neutral and it came back down to idle, it dropped further down than the idle it is and was hitting like 200, 300 RPM, like it was about to cut out. So we've figured out the reason. And it was because of this 90 on here. It's like squished, and so we had hold of it before, so it couldn't squish the other day, and it went back down to idle as normal. So I think it was like suffocating it from air, to be fair. So we've got a new one, 135 degree I think, but we're gonna have to cut it, I'm sure. So we're going to fit that. That should make it a lot better. And then we've got Jaff plugging it back in whenever he's got some free time. And once he's plugged it back in, we can tidy up the tune and then we'll be ready. So yeah, let's get cracking with getting this off and putting this on. Right, so we're in the Lexus. We have been told by Jaff to do some data logging for second, third gear pulls, so we can watch it. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. We might get some clips if we can, and go from there. Right, so after all that messing, thinking we had a misfire, thinking I think what we've done is the bits that we have done have helped the car as well. So recap, we've put that on, which is now sound. Oh, we've put a new cam sensor on, which is sound. And then today, so yesterday it was spluttering when we were taking it for logs. Like when it were low down in revs, like whoa, it sounded like a three rotor in it. Like, it sounded cammed and everything. It was mad, and it was just spluttering. And we've it out, it was a connection between the ECU and the car, and it wasn't reading it, so it was cutting the ECU, but rapid time, so it would must have just been touching. So the actual plug, the grey one that you get with the car, I've said it before because we had issues with it before. With the DIY, sorry. It was damaged, and we changed the Bosch connector. And basically, I've been messing about with it, plugging it in this one, and it were really loose. And then I took the plastic off and I put the metal connectors on the pins, and they were still loose. So I thought, I'm wondering if they are just loose a little bit. So we squished them and put them all back in. But I checked them, made sure they were tight on this one, these pins in here, if you can see it a little bit, and put them on. Started the car, bang, connection. Beautiful. I've just took it from some logs. You've probably seen the clips a second ago. So yeah, all we need to do now is just tidy up the fuel table a tiny bit with Jaff, and then we should be rocking and rolling, because I think we've had that issue since day one. It's now not popping and banging or spitting flames, which is mint. So what I think is, if it was, because it was spitting flames and popping, I think it was losing connection, shutting off, coming back on, excess fuel that was in the exhaust, popping. It's got to be on it. Yeah. That has to be it. So for now, this is going to be it for the video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be about, but yeah, we've up to now we've fixed it, and we're waiting on the next drift day, which isn't going to be long, but we're on holiday first in a couple of weeks, so it'll be after that. And yeah, I've got a couple of videos soon coming out. We've bought a tow rig, so that's going to be on in the next video, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we'll see you on the next one.